Welcome to the Ontario Mortgage and Real Estate Insights podcast, your go-to source for the latest developments, trends, and regulatory changes in the industry. I'm your host, Sandy, your guest host from Keller Williams Legacies, here to provide you with insights sourced from reputable news outlets to help you stay informed.
Steve Hemoen here. This is brought to you by Real Approved Inc., a trusted mortgage brokerage dedicated to helping Canadians achieve their home ownership dreams. Visit realapproved.ca to learn more about how our experienced team can assist you with your mortgage needs. Let's dive into today's episode. All right, Sandy, let's start with a recent report that has caught a lot of attention. The University of Ottawa's Missing Middle Initiative for the Residential Construction Council of Ontario found that most municipalities in the Greater Golden Horseshoe are falling short on housing targets.
Yes, Steve. Out of 34 municipalities reviewed, 22 received a failing grade for their performance on housing starts and sales. Only Brantford and Milton managed to stand out with top marks.
It's concerning, Sandy. The report highlighted that housing starts across the region dropped by an average of 40% in the first half of 2025 compared to the same period over the previous 4 years. The city of Toronto was particularly hit hard with starts down 58% and sales plummeting 91%.
That's a huge drop, Steve. Richard Lyle, the president of Rescon, has emphasized that these findings should set off alarm bells for policymakers. He's urging governments at all levels to take concrete action to lower the tax burden and modernize processes to rejuvenate the industry.
And it's not just about housing starts. The Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation reported a slowdown in home construction in August, with new housing starts dropping 16% from July to 245,791 units. Even though the 6-month average for new builds edged up slightly, the decline is evident.
Pre-construction sales have also taken a hit. Condo sales are down 89%, and ground-oriented sales dropped 70%. This downturn isn't just affecting condos. Nearly all types of housing starts have decreased by 42%, except for purpose-built rentals, which saw a slight increase of 8%.
This decline has had a ripple effect on employment too, Sandy. About 24,000 person-years of employment have been lost across the region, with over 10,000 jobs lost in Toronto alone. The Toronto Regional Real Estate Board data shows that the average home price in August dropped 5.2% from last year, and condo prices in the 905 region fell even more, down 10.6%.
Economist Mike Moffat, who founded the Missing Middle Initiative, has pointed out that all 3 levels of government need to act to address the housing crisis. He mentioned the federal and provincial government's commitment to doubling housing starts, but the current trends show a decline instead.
It's a complex situation, Sandy. Canada needs to build 3.2 million new homes over the next decade to restore affordability, according to the Parliamentary Budget Officer. But we're falling short, with only about 227,000 new homes expected each year until 2035, which is 65,000 short of the annual target.
On a slightly brighter note, TD Economics' latest forecast suggested that housing has been a bright spot, thanks to lower interest rates and steady consumer spending. Despite the broader economy contracting by 1.6% in the second quarter, housing activity responded quickly to Bank of Canada rate cuts and government support for purpose-built rentals.
However, the report also cautioned that the long-term contribution of housing to overall growth will continue to be hindered by persistent affordability challenges and slower population growth. It's clear that while there are some positive signs, there's still a lot of work to be done to address these issues fully. Let's shift our focus to another pressing issue, Sandy: rising youth unemployment and how it could impact Canada's mortgage market. A recent report highlighted that the youth unemployment rate in Canada was at 14.5% this August. Although it's slightly lower than July's level, it's still one of the highest rates seen outside the pandemic since 2010.
That's right, Steve. This rate is especially concerning in urban centers like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal, where the youth population is particularly high. The lack of jobs in retail, food, and accommodation sectors, which traditionally employ younger workers, is a major contributor to this high unemployment rate.
These sectors have been hit hard by a slowing economy, exacerbated by factors such as the ongoing trade war, increasing automation, and changing consumer habits. This makes it increasingly difficult for students and recent graduates to find work, and it's creating a ripple effect through Canada's housing and mortgage markets.
Indeed, Steve, mortgage defaults are often linked to unemployment and, to a lesser extent, declines in house prices. As unemployment rises, more households could face cash flow shortages, leading to an increased number of mortgages in arrears. This is particularly concerning for first-time homebuyers, a significant segment of the Canadian housing market.
A national survey by Wahi found that young Canadians are feeling immense pressure to buy homes, more so than previous generations. The pressure is largely societal for Gen Z and millennials, with 59% and 55% respectively, compared to just 33% for Gen Xers and baby boomers.
Leah Zlatkin from Mortgage Outlet pointed out that first-time buyers who rely on cosigners for mortgage approval could be at risk, especially with rising rates and tight budgets. She stresses the importance of having honest conversations about finances before committing to significant mortgage obligations.
The situation is more acute in urban centers. Research from TD Economics shows that entering the workforce during high unemployment can have long-term negative effects on earnings and wealth accumulation, which could delay home ownership for many young Canadians.
And while some government and industry responses have been implemented, like the federal plan to build 3.87 million new homes by 2031, many young Canadians remain skeptical. Factors like low incomes, higher interest rates, and increased immigration play a role in the housing crunch.
It's clear that a more comprehensive approach is needed to address these challenges. While the government has announced initiatives such as $15 billion in loans for apartment construction and longer mortgage terms, the impact remains to be seen. Sandy, there's been a significant development in the iPro Realty scandal. A Superior Court judge recently granted the Real Estate Council of Ontario's request to freeze the assets of iPro Realty's co-founders. This is a major step in addressing the allegations of financial misconduct against the company.
That's right, Steve. The court's decision came after RECO accused the co-founders, Rui Alves and Fedele Colucci, of orchestrating a scheme to divert and misuse millions in consumer deposits and agent commissions held in trust. This scandal has certainly rocked the Ontario real estate sector.
The allegations are serious. It involves the diversion of $10.5 million from brokerage trust accounts. RECO is taking this very seriously, and the court's decision to freeze assets allows the regulator to trace where the funds went and ensure they're not further depleted or hidden.
Justice William Black, who presided over the virtual court hearing, has given Alves and Colucci a short window to declare funds needed for living expenses and legal fees. This move is crucial to protect the interests of home buyers and agents affected by the alleged misconduct.
RECO's lawyer, Arthur Hamilton, described the companies associated with Alves and Colucci as their alter egos. The court order affects several companies, all of which have connections to the co-founders. It's a complex web, and this action aims to untangle it and bring clarity to the situation.
The regulatory body initially had an agreement with the co-founders that included selling their business and returning funds to the brokerage's trust accounts. However, it appears the situation escalated, leading to the emergency injunction. It's a reminder of the importance of trust in real estate transactions.
Indeed, Sandy. The Ontario Provincial Police has also launched an investigation, which underscores the gravity of the situation. The alleged misuse of trust funds isn't a minor issue. It's a breach that can have severe implications for the industry.
Greg Whedon, a real estate litigation lawyer, highlighted that the legal system has powerful tools to protect consumers when trust accounts are misused. It's about restoring confidence in the market, which is essential for both consumers and professionals in the real estate sector.
The stakes are undeniably high. We're talking about millions of dollars that are vital for real estate transactions. If these funds aren't preserved, it could have long-lasting consequences for the profession and consumer trust.
It's crucial that all parties involved work towards a resolution that safeguards the interests of consumers and ensures the integrity of the real estate market. This case will likely serve as a precedent for how similar situations are handled in the future.
Sandy, there's some exciting news coming from AKAL Mortgages. They've announced a significant transformation into AKAL Canada, marking their 25th anniversary with a national brand launch aimed at broker success.
That's right, Steve. AKAL, Canada, is positioning itself as a full-service mortgage brand, offering brokers the infrastructure, mentorship, and resources they need to thrive as brokerpreneurs. This transformation is about more than just a new name and logo. It's about empowering brokers to build profitable, scalable brokerages.
Mohinder Pal Singh, the co-founder and chief executive officer of AKAL Canada, emphasized that this evolution aims to help brokers operate like true enterprises. He talks about driving success together, which really encapsulates their mission to strengthen the mortgage industry nationwide.
AKAL Mortgages has grown from humble beginnings to become a respected leader in the Canadian mortgage industry. Over the past 25 years, they've fostered a culture of integrity and broker empowerment, which has helped countless Canadian families achieve homeownership.
The strategic shift to AKAL Canada is designed to accelerate broker success across the country. They are offering a comprehensive business building ecosystem, including recruiting support, training, mentoring, payroll management, marketing, and compliance oversight.
It's a full-scale infrastructure, Steve. This transformation allows brokers to launch and scale faster, operate confidently, and ultimately serve their clients better. The AKAL brand offers national recognition, which is crucial in today's competitive market.
Kuljit Singh, another co-founder and chief executive officer of AKAL Canada, mentioned that their mission is to empower brokers with a human touch. They're extending that empowerment to guide brokers in scaling into enterprises with national reach.
And it's not just about the brokers, Steve. This transformation means that Canadians will benefit from mortgage expertise backed by a trusted national brand. AKAL's partnerships with Mortgage Alliance and M3 Mortgage Group have been integral to this evolution.
Luc Bernard, chairman and chief executive officer of M3 Mortgage Group, praised AKAL's leadership and called this move a natural evolution. He supports their vision of driving success together, which seems to be a key theme here.
AKAL's mission is defined by their tagline, Driving Success Together. It's about empowering brokers, providing them with the best tools and training, and expanding their access to innovative mortgage solutions for Canadian families.
The transformation into AKAL Canada is just the beginning. They are planning for growth, new technology, and expanded services, setting new standards for excellence and trust in the industry. It is an exciting time for AKAL and the Canadian mortgage market.
Mohinder Pal Singh extended thanks to everyone who supported them over the years. This transformation is a celebration of the trust and belief their community has shown, and they're committed to shaping the future of Canada's mortgage industry together. Steve, we're diving into an interesting development regarding the harmonization of title protection across Canada. The Financial Services Regulatory Authority of Canada, or FSRA, has been actively exploring how to align title protection for financial planners and advisors with other provinces.
That's right, Sandy. While Ontario has had title protection in place for over 3 years now, other provinces haven't moved as quickly. FSRA is working on harmonizing these protections to provide consistency nationwide, which could benefit both consumers and professionals.
It seems there's a strong focus on ensuring that credentialing bodies are monitored and supervised effectively. FSRA wants to make sure that the title protection framework is working as intended, which is crucial for maintaining trust in the financial planning industry.
The report does highlight that FSRA aims to improve the proficiency standards and the disciplinary processes of credentialing bodies. However, it seems like the harmonization efforts are still in the early stages. The cross-jurisdictional working group with Saskatchewan, New Brunswick, and Manitoba is a step in the right direction.
Yes, and it's interesting to note that Ontario's approach to title protection has faced some criticism, particularly for its multiple credentials and product-based approach to the financial advisor title. These are areas that FSRA might need to address in their harmonization efforts.
And while FSRA had plans to publish a report evaluating the title protection framework earlier this year, it hasn't come out yet. This delay could be due to the complexities involved in aligning different provincial regulations and standards.
I think it's important to remember that these efforts are ultimately about protecting consumers and ensuring that they receive reliable financial advice. The harmonization of title protection could lead to clearer standards and more confidence in the financial services sector.
Absolutely, Sandy. The goal is to have a consistent framework across Canada that supports high standards of conduct and ensures consumers are protected, no matter where they are or who they receive advice from. It's a big task, but one that's necessary for the long-term health of the industry.
Let's turn our attention to Whitby, where there's an exciting new development underway. It's called Manors on Mayfield, and it's transforming the historic core of the town with a collection of 41 freehold townhomes.
That's right, Sandy. This project is particularly interesting because it's taking place on the former grounds of the 19th century Mayfield House estate, which is a significant part of Whitby's cultural heritage.
Exactly, Steve. The Manors on Mayfield represents a rare example of residential intensification that respects and incorporates historical elements. The development is designed with green spaces, a central courtyard, and a pedestrian-friendly site plan that complements the established neighborhood.
It's a smart approach, Sandy. The developers are integrating modern living with historical preservation, which could make the homes attractive to a variety of buyers, from families to investors. The original Mayfield house, built in 1845, is currently serving as the project's sales center and will be preserved as a standalone heritage home.
And there's a lot of history there, Steve. The Mayfield house was built for a Scottish farmer, and it later served as the home of former cabinet ministers Christine Elliott and the late Jim Flaherty. Its construction in Kingston limestone and Georgian architectural style makes it a true relic of the past.
That's a great point, Sandy. The blend of history and modernity is likely to appeal to those looking for a unique home in a walkable, amenity-rich area. The development is close to schools, transit, parks, shops, and even the new Thermia Spa Village.
Sam McDaddy from Sam McDaddy. Real estate brokerage expressed pride in representing a project that builds on legacy. He emphasized the rare opportunity to own a freehold townhome in such a prime location. Prices are starting from the low 900,000s, which is generating a lot of interest.
Abraham Ezrak, a sales representative for the development, mentioned that demand is high for these freehold towns, particularly in desirable locations like this. It's appealing to both end users and investors, which could make it a hot commodity in the market.
It's a fascinating project, Steve. It stands as a testament to how modern developments can respect historical contexts while providing new housing solutions. The preservation of the Mayfield House as a heritage home is a significant commitment to the town's history.
Absolutely, Sandy. It's developments like these that can really enhance a community by blending the old with the new. It'll be interesting to see how the project progresses and the impact it has on Whitby's real estate landscape. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Ontario Mortgage and Real Estate Insights podcast. We hope you found today's insights valuable as you navigate the world of mortgages and real estate.
Before you go, a quick reminder, Real Approved is here to make your mortgage journey smoother. Whether you're buying your first home or refinancing, their experienced team is ready to guide you with personalized support every step of the way. Visit realapproved.ca to get started and take the next step toward achieving your homeownership goals. Catch you next time and stay informed with the latest industry insights.